Hello friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, well, I certainly wouldn't be enjoying this as much as I do. And all I gotta say is, how about them Cowboys? Just when they were left for dead, they did what the experts said that they couldn't do, and that was beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So now, we're on a 3-game win streak. When we beat the 49ers, they said, oh, the 49ers haven't beaten anybody, so that's not a win. That doesn't count, even though you blew them out 40-10, something that nobody else had done at the time. So then we go and we play the Washington Redskins, and we beat them. It was closer by the numbers than the game really was. But they said that didn't count because the Redskins are beat up. They're pulling guys off the street for the offensive line. It doesn't count. Even though we went on the road in bad weather and beat them. And oh, by the way, that same beat up team went to Seattle, who just had a big win against the Texans in a shootout, and the Redskins won. So does that mean that maybe that Redskin win is a little bit bigger than what people said? I don't know. So now we beat Kansas City, something the Eagles didn't do. And I wonder what the excuse will be this time because we got the win. They're going to say, oh, well, Kansas City, they were on the road. They're not the team that they were in the beginning of the season. Well, here's all I know. The NFL season is not a sprint. It's a marathon. At the end of the season, they're going to count how many wins we have versus how many wins the other people have. And that's who's going to determine who's going to go in the playoffs. We've been the number one seed a couple of times, and it hasn't done us a whole lot of good. The Eagles are doing what they're supposed to do. They're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat with that fourth-place schedule. I got no bones about it. They are a good team. Carson Wentz is playing above and beyond what I thought he was ever going to do. I thought he was going to be a bust. He's proved me wrong thus far. You wonder if the Eagles are peaking a little bit early. Time will tell. I think that they're going to come back to the pack a little bit. But if they don't, the main thing we have to be concerned with is putting enough wins together to make it to the show, to make it to the dance, to get into the playoffs, and then all bets are off. Because we've seen teams like the Giants who barely make it in go all the way and beat a 17-0 team. The Atlanta Falcons, who clearly aren't the team that was in the Super Bowl, still not going to be an easy game. It's going to be on the road, but a game that we got a chance in. Just like every game that we have a chance if we go out and play smart football. I've got a bunch of people who come on this channel and say that Dak Prescott is just a dink and dunk game managing quarterback, and I tell you, you can go pound sand. When you make mistake-free football, you don't turn over the ball. You make plays when you need to make plays. That's winning football. A lot of people want to see us throwing 500 yards a game, and I got to tell you that throwing and getting 500-yard games is not how you win in the NFL. You got to be smart. And sometimes winning isn't pretty, because take a look at the Baltimore Ravens who won 2 Super Bowls. That was some of the ugliest football that you've ever seen. But they played smart. They played great defense. That's what we have with our team. When our team can control the clock, can distribute the ball all over the field and stay completely balanced, they can beat anybody. Because it puts other teams in the position where we got the ball and there's not a whole lot of time. We got to hurry up and score, and puts them in positions to make mistakes. It gives our defense a pass rush to go ahead and pin the ears back and go after them. That's the game plan. Let the other teams make some mistakes and don't make them yourselves. I'm very proud of my team. They took care of business tonight, and they've changed the outlook. This would be a totally different show if they had lost this game tonight. By no means would the season have been over, but it would have made it a lot more difficult. We've got teams that we got to chase. When you start looking at the division races, Seattle or the Rams are going to win that division, and more than likely one of the two will be a wild card. Minnesota will probably win their division, but I don't think anybody else is coming out of there. The Lions always give you a lot of hope, but never quite are there. The Packers without Aaron Rodgers are toast. But then you have the NFC South. You got the Panthers playing pretty good. Not exactly pretty, but they're winning. And you got the New Orleans Saints. One of those teams will win the division. The other one could be a wild card. And unless we make a move and step up, we could be on the outside looking in. So each week, we got to take it week by week. Right now, we need to knock off the Atlanta Falcons and continue this roll. Let's see if we can get 4 in a row and keep that momentum going to the big game that I'm circling. The Philadelphia Eagles, Sunday Night Football, November 19th. We're not going to talk about the Zeke Elliott thing tonight. We're going to enjoy this victory, and then tomorrow morning we'll get into all that and everything else. Side note, Des Bryant, his ankle is bruised, but he feels he's going to be okay. Same thing with Terrence Williams. So hopefully we got out of this one unscathed, and we'll be ready to rock and roll next week. As always, friends, I want to thank all of you who tuned in for the live stream for the game, as well as the post game. All the support, all the likes, all the comments, and everything else, guys. You guys make me feel so much, make me feel good, and make me want to be better and better at this. Apologize for the technical difficulties I had with the computer. We'll do better in the future. But as always, friends, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm Mark Holmes. It's Cowboy Jobu, and you have a great night. Oh, and one more thing. How about them Cowboys? Jobu here. If you're worried about safety, don't. As you can see, the FBI has a presence here at the Super Bowl. I'm Cowboy Jobu. Back to you.